Hello friends, today we will know a very strange creature of nature, whose name clownfish or anemonefish. Before we know more about this creature, I can't hold myself to inform you that this clownfish can change their sex anytime. This information sounds strange, isn't it? Nature is really strange, lots of unknown things are around us. Sometimes humans also try to change their sex, but it's difficult to succeed. Modern medical science made it successful. But there is a huge risk, and after the operation success the patient needs to follow huge restrictions to stay healthy. On the contrary, nature does that easily without any criticality. The clownfish all are born male. They have the ability to switch their sex but will do so only to become the dominant female of a group. And the change is irreversible. That means they can change their sex only once in their life, male to female. Nature gives them an extraordinary skill. Let's know about them a bit more. These fish are known as clownfish, or the common name of these fish is clownfish. The scientific name is amphiphryonony. They are carnivores. Average lifespan in the wild 6 to 10 years. They can grow up to 4 inches. There are 28 species of anemonefish, and they come in many colors, such as pink, red, yellow, black, brown, and multicolored stripes. Most false clownfish are orange with 3 white bands on the head and body. The white bands are outlined in black. Their bodies are a bit more than 3 inches long on average, but they may grow up to 4 inches. False clownfish live in the coral reefs off the coasts of Australia and Southeast Asia as far north as southern Japan. They are found mainly around certain kinds of anemones, a creature that anchors itself to the seafloor and uses its tentacles to attract food. The anemone's tentacles have stinging cells called nematocysts that release a toxin when prey or predator touches it. Clownfish, however, develop immunity to the toxin by very carefully touching the tentacles with different parts of their bodies. A layer of mucus builds up, protecting the clownfish from the toxin. The pair forms a symbiotic relationship. The anemone provides protection and leftovers for the clownfish, while the clownfish brings food to the anemone and preens its host, removing parasites. All anemonefish, including clownfish, are hermaphrodites. They are all born male. They have the ability to turn themselves female, but once the change is made, they can't go back to being male. Sometimes the change is made when mating. 2 males will become mates and the larger, dominant fish will become the female. These social fish live in groups that are led by one dominant female. The second largest fish is the dominant male, while all of the other fish in the group are smaller males. If the female dies, the dominant male will become a female to replace her. The largest of the smaller males will then become the dominant male of the group. Researchers say clownfish communicate by making popping and clicking noises. The chatter helps maintain the rank and file among group members. Sound could be an interesting strategy for preventing conflict between group members. Little is known specifically about false clownfish mating behaviors, but the general behaviors of anemonefish are known. All anemonefish are monogamous. Before spawning, the male prepares a nest by clearing a spot on bare rock near the anemone. He then courts a female with a show of extended fins, biting and chasing, according to the Florida Museum of Natural History. He chases the female to the nest, but after that, it is up to her to make the next move. She will make several passes over the nest before depositing her eggs. She will lay from 100 to 1,000 eggs, which are 3 to 4 millimeters long. The male then passes over the nest and releases sperm to fertilize the eggs. Then, the female swims off. The male does most of the egg sitting. He will fend them and eat any eggs that are infertile or damaged by fungus. The eggs hatch 6 to 8 days later. The larvae float away and spend about 10 days adrift. They start their lives clear or transparent, but as they begin to mature they start to gain the color of their species. As juveniles, the young will settle to the bottom of the reef to search for a host anemone. Ocellaris clownfish are not endangered. However, in the last generation, 15 to 30% of the world's reefs have been lost. Some of the destruction has been caused by fishermen catching clownfish to sell as pets. So you might be thinking why fishermen showing interest in particular that fish? Why the market has a high demand for this fish? The answer is because of a movie. Sorry, not a movie, actually 2 movies so far. I'll tell you the story behind the increasing market demands of that fish, as well as a few more facts about clownfish. But if you still not like this video, then please do a like. It'll appreciate me to making videos like this. If you like to know unknown things in the future, then subscribe to the channel. I'll happy to see you as my subscriber. Let's jump to the topic. Did you saw the movies Finding Nemo and Finding Dory? The clownfish has become a popular aquarium pet. Nemo and his dad, Marlin, are clownfish. According to National Geographic, since Finding Nemo premiered, clownfish sales have tripled. Conservationists are concerned about the Nemo effect, as some areas are overfished to meet the demand for these popular aquarium fish. Also, many people bought clownfish without knowing how to properly care for them. Inspired by a line in the movie, hundreds of children flushed their clownfish down the toilet in the hope of setting them free. Some other facts about the clown anemonefish. Clown anemonefish are called false clownfish because they resemble the orange clownfish. There are some subtle differences between them, according to the Florida Museum of Natural History. The clown anemonefish has thin black bands, while the orange clownfish has thick black bands separating the orange and white coloration of the body. The clown anemonefish often has a slightly less brilliant color than the orange clownfish. Viewed head-on, the clown anemonefish's head appears plain, while the orange clownfish's head has a pronounced bulging face similar to a frog. The clown anemonefish's eyes are grayish-orange and appear to be larger than they actually are. The orange clownfish has a bright orange iris, which has the effect of making the eyes look smaller. Thank you for you are still on the video. I like to see you in my other videos too. See you there. Bye for now.